Hi there. Welcome back to 5 Minute Monday. As always, here every Monday with a little bit of insight, either for your day or for your week, just to help you in your continued professional and personal development. This week, I want to look at focus. The mind loves to focus. It may not seem that way when the mind is going from one thing to another and you're finding it hard to focus because as soon as you try to put your attention here, it's going over here. But essentially that's how we have trained our mind to work. So it's focusing in the very way that we've trained it to, which is to do one thing and then think of another and then do one thing and then think of another. Meditation. That's the way to bring the mind back into that focus that is going to serve us, where we can have a little bit more control about where the beam of the headlights of our mind is aiming. So in my 20s, when I first went on a meditation retreat, I completely freaked out. I thought I was insane. The reason I went on a meditation retreat is because I knew it was absolutely the last thing that I wanted to do. And I had enough insight to know that if that was the way I was feeling about something, I needed to throw myself into it. And I am so glad that I did that. So I'm not saying that you all have to go on a meditation retreat, but just a case of taking a couple of minutes to just stop. And for a couple of minutes, just notice where your mind is going. So for me, when I was on this retreat and I began to notice where my mind was going, I saw most of the time my focus was on the past. And I know now, I didn't necessarily know exactly at the time why that was. I was carrying a galactic amount of regret. So my mind, a little bit like this regret was like a virus, my mind was searching it out to essentially send the antibodies and get rid of it. That's the way that feels right to explain it, because my mind was searching through the past for this one thing, this virus, this regret, to then get rid of it and I would be better, I would be fixed. So I would go through my past and I'd be going through all of those situations that I regretted. And I noticed that there was a moment of pleasure as I began to imagine the situations differently. Oh, what if I hadn't done that? What if I hadn't said that? What if I had gone there? What if I hadn't gone there? And it felt really good to imagine all of these situations that I regretted being different. And then I would hit up against this wall because the fact was, I couldn't change them. They had turned out the way they had turned out, and no matter how many times I went back to the past to relive it, they always ended up the same way. So here's what I learnt. I learnt that there was real pleasure in imagining things differently. Not just that, but imagining things going in a way that served me better. So I thought, I'm going to keep that. Life coaching is all about looking at the things that we do and taking the bits that really serve us, taking the bits that we're really good at. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to say, I'm really good at looking at the past and reimagining things differently in a way that feels better. Okay, I've got that. What isn't so great is the moment that I hit that wall and go, well, this is impossible. It can't be changed. So I was like, I'm taking the first bit, I'm doing away with the second bit. So if I do away with the second bit, well, this is just impossible, what am I going to replace that with? Well, in the present moment, I don't know how things have turned out. So the regret showed me when I have this feeling of regret for something that happened, I go back, I take a look, I use my imagination. I'm like, okay, how do I want this to actually turn out? And then I come back into the present moment and I know the next time it happens, it can turn out exactly as I want. So I don't hit that wall of impossibility. I now bring it back into the present moment and I think, oh my God, this perfect ending that I have imagined, it's now going to be possible. So then the mind is alert and focused in the present moment, because the mind understands that curing the virus can only happen in the present. And so it's looking for that opportunity, for that situation to play out, and then to focus at the key moment to make sure that the ending is different. And so you're training the mind to serve you in the present moment, no longer fishing around in the past, hitting up against that wall of impossible. This is beautiful work, and I love doing this with clients. So if you feel that you want to do this with someone and get some guidance to learn the practice before you then take it home and bring it into your life, I am totally up for doing this. But wishing you well in your day, wishing you well in your week, and really looking forward to seeing you next Monday.